You're princess. We're just gonna dip a few times.
Oh, good. Ignore that. Your side fine. Off would you? There we come. The interior blade. You take her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds
Is it different?
dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
If we take the blade, this is what happens, is it?
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I didn't hear no bell. Bring the razor full to her. Conflicts. Deconstruct the damsel. Idealize.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You watch she focus.
And there you are.
Okay.
Are you here to kill the...
She don't just
Drop.
Thank you.
will be fine.
So here, don't drop... Oh.
You know.
He's on it, okay.
Oh, you their love.
And-
My dad.
Well,
If we were so you're easy.
I heard the knife.
So,
You cut the shit happen. No,
Alright,
that's wait.
yes. I've seen this before.
Stop.
I thought that...
You're
There's a...
the blade.
You're doing it.
She stepped,
Maybe...
and then this is. I'm afraid.
Yes,
You're-
yes. See the cabin? Yes. No, base.
I'm afraid. Are you sure? What if she? I don't know.
Where's this? Voice of a skeleton.
Yes. Turns it against you. She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Okay.
No.
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the wonderful. You do exactly that,
Oh.
sweeping the knife from the table before proceeding to the basement.
Guess he's not here.
Don't worry about it. You don't have to do anything but her voice.
Is that a visitor I hear?
I wonder what you walked out. Why would you be worried? Have you noticed the empty
What an interesting development.
Silver. Lady princess.
You stepped.
There's fine.
That's
Sit closer.
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains...
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant, they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly. The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
Drop the knife or you die.
What is she doing? I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here. Would we have trusted? I don't know. How about we think about the nuances of interpersonal relationships when we're not being strangled? How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
Drop it. Why must we drop it?
As your weapon falls pathetically to the floor, the princess releases you from her stranglehold, shoving you away with a swift kick. Your hands test the bruised flesh of your neck as you regain your senses, watching with a dazed expression as the princess snatches up the blade.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
She pulls up her head.
You can stay right where you are.
What is she doing? She doesn't. No. You close your eyes. I'll be dead. Huh. Killing it? We don't do that. There is. This is. Yeah. Finally, I think you can open your eyes. Oh no, the princess. Obvious eye. Of course, the prince. We should take it. What? I can think of lots of reasons. You don't need. Even I'm just. I am. Fine. But if we're leaving, with your work, the windows, the door. You won't only. But if everything. Oh, this is what like.
Okay.
What time passes? Death.
And what are you suggesting? You can let her wins.
We still have a suggesting.
Kill myself.
You
Yeah.
goddamn. Why should it matter if we die at this point? I don't have to answer that. That's all we needed to hear. You raise the blade, you collapse. Yeah. We'll
The Grey.
You're on a path. See, that wasn't so bad. And now we've got another chance to get to the bottom of things.
It wasn't
Bit
raining
by
last
bit,
time.
we're
did it?
starting to unravel this place. There are so many more threads to pull once. That's a little dark, but I'm feeling nothing. He's not wrong. Sentiment. So you've been here before. Of course you've been. It's your own. You came. I'm afraid not. Whatever other versions of. So you knew how all this worked. Why didn't you ever tell us? We could have used it to our advantage. That's because there is no using it to your advantage. The more information you have, you say that. But we didn't have to. It was. Yes. And now she's dead.
Yeah.
And I doubt she cut off her head. Yes. Then why? Oh, I know that one. Why? Because you thought trying to stuff us up. Was it not? We weren't. You were bored. There were still answers that it was actually working. And you killed yourself. How does us dying? The world doesn't stay saved and if the world isn't saved. Oh.
And we'll have some. This is again.
I'm sure and we have all the. You aren't here to. That's what we can't. Okay, but. Why? Because. Is it? Yes, for all. Of course it's real. Where do you think you. Maybe we are. This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and.
It is
your
unproductive.
extremely important destiny. As soon as you enter the cabin, you're struck by an overwhelming scent of decay, of mold and death and stagnant water. The once stately wooden building is bloated, its beams dripping with a black ooze of putrefaction, all but the exterior stone walls warped beyond recognition. It must have been beautiful once, but in its ruin. But you're not alone. You can feel some. Is that? It's like she is. See, you're right. Maybe she does before. The door at the mirror. Huh. Maybe it's gone, but we had it with us when we died. Maybe it's because we've already explored
Well,
that
we can't
avenue.
burn them like hell this time.
We've
Unless
seen
they
what
can,
happens
because
when we
there's water
slay
in
her.
rain.
I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going. You make your way to the door of the. It's so. You reach. Yeah, we can see it. No way left to. The door. Wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadows, legs submerged up to her shins in dark waters. There she is again. Barely. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A bloated body floating face down in slowly rising waters. Her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain. This cell is a dark and isolated place. See? She's not just dead. It looks like she's been rotting. So killing her does stick. Mostly. But if she's dead, then what are we supposed to do? She isn't dead. Her corpse is floating right in front of us. You can stop it with the mind game. If she's dead, then... thoughts are cut short by the sound. You turn to see the shade of the princess. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Oh, for the love of... Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about it? Yeah, this is tricky. But let's talk. But she hasn't said...
Bold of you to come back here after what you did.
What did we do? You killed yourself. You like decapitated your head. Like you strangled us when we tried to get closer. Alright, that's our fault. And you grabbed the blade and just killed yourself. What do we do?
You were supposed to take me with you. Didn't I ask you for help?
Bitch!
This isn't
You
help.
like attacked me. You killed yourself.
But she doesn't answer your... Do you hear that trickling? It is. Oh, that's interesting. Bad. I don't think dying... Yes, how astute. Dying is... The princess eyes you with a disaffected gaze as you rush up the stairs. But you don't make it past the first... The door bursts open, a powerful wave of water crashing down towards you. You're swept up. You come to a moment later, suspended in darkness, disorientated, only aware of the surface of the water and the emptiness above. And of course, the princess, hovering above you, watching in silence as you struggle to stay afloat in the icy depths. It's so dark and cold, I think our limb just keep breathing. Or we won't. It does, but you don't have time to figure anything out. Something cold and you're dragged under, only able to take one last hopeful gulp of air before your head is plunged into the freezing depths. As you sink below the surface, you see it. Or rather, you see her. The body you found floating when you first arrived, its hand is locked around your ankle, the heavy chains pulling you both down into the unfeeling, suffocating nothingness. Just get it away from us, please. The past is the past, and there's not a lot we can do about the present either. Not unless we think like we should have been. But there is no thinking as you drown. You desperately try to pull yourself back to the surface again, and again, and again. Your icy limbs flailing desperately against the grip of her rotting corpse. And all the while her ghastly figure stares down at you, expressionless.
Your lungs filled with water, the same your mind filled with blood. In the end, are not so different.
And there's that. He is. It must. I'm beg. It's stiff. You're right. This. You're.
Yes.
Something finds me in the long quiet. Yes. Nerves. This one is guarded sorrow. She saw herself as alone, but in the end had the courage to share with another. She will make for a deep heart.
Well, she killed us.
Do not mourn her. She has finally been heard. Nothing there is. Bring me.
Okay, make you forget.
She asks that I tell you what.
Idealized, deconstructed damsel, mournful vessel. Bring the drowned
You're
great.
on a path in the woods.
We
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
It worked a while. Stuck in a dream of our searching. Entering the wind. This vessel, bring the den tower. Ah, yes. Better extension, inner something. Bring the hypothesis. Bring the hypothesis.
You're here.
Okay, let's see. I don't know what else.
Serious?
Nope.
Fine. Good. Ignore that annoying. That's straight. You're. And last I checked, you're part of everyone too. But fuck, would you look at that? There's always. But what you do? You lose. You're here.
Danger. Safe forever.
Oh, that's clear. Can we? No. Oh, congratulations. What is? Well, it's.
158 years. I don't know what goes right here in the first one. It's a situation. It's not 4 years.
You're here. You make your a warning.
No
She
choice.
will. The interior blade. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk. She's so. Focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What was it to the hypothesis? Okay, so freeze, influential creature. Depression, don't know what we're doing. So this is it. Unleash the power of pacifism.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Just go down the princess. I guess we're in pass.
I guess we are.
For the love of or drop the blade.
Are you sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the doubt, unfortunate. A moment of distraction feels, holy shit, though she's unarmed. The shock of your blade. We can.
So we unlock her up in the basement. You don't finish your job, get some of that. What happens to it? Does it ever end of God? What happens to this?
Are you serious? It's a good idea. We've taken. Fine. You make a mad dash to the basement stairs. The princess's chains rattling as she tries to chase you.
Do you really think?
She steps towards you, ignoring her chains. They creak.
What the hell just
happened? Pulls against them until finally they break. The links clatter
The
to
fuck?
the floor.
Why? You
Useless.
could have done that the whole time.
She's free. Hurry, you push your broken body as she closes in and just barely manage to pass the threshold of the basement doorway before she catches up to you. You close the basement, okay. You settle in. It isn't long before you start.
I know you're still.
She sad. Just ignore. You put. Where is
Yes, I know.
everything? Your honor. You're here.
Proceed to the cabin.
She will. It's just. She's already. I'm going to need all of you to pull your. So deep.
Enter the basement.
We should have taken the knife. You. What? The air. Her.
I didn't think you'd come back.
Come. You.
Alright, see you on.
You make your way to the bottom of the. As you emerge, you find. She could be anywhere. Are you really? No, I'm not. Excuse me. I'm being incredibly. We're going to die down here. Please stop.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter.
Do nothing.
You turn back to the stairs, a faintly outlined.
There you are.
As the princess approaches, your arms quickly follow. This is it.
No little knife.
There has to be. What did you do?
I wonder how many times.
Heart. Your lungs. What are you doing? I'm working. And then spirit. Okay, whatever. You sure? You have. Yes, I'm sure. Heart. Again.
Can't decide what you want to do? Oh well. Standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than death.
She isn't attacked. The why doesn't matter. And how we. That isn't my. Doesn't matter whose fault it is because five. Then you should get looking, shouldn't you? Heart. Liver.
Because I don't want to. Look at the way.
The princess leans forward.
If I want to see you gone.
Heart. She slowly runs over. Okay. Deep breath. You're back.
1 moment. Ah.
Heart. She pulls away.
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it?
Lungs.
I've already done.
Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver.
Would you look at that? You're suggesting it's I tried to leave while you suffocated. But that stupid cabin wouldn't. Well, you died before I could get to the door. And I don't think I can move without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love that we have.
Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. 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 What? No!
I knew you'd come around.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you could, do you think you could just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit. Lungs, liver, nerves. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to form.
Come along now. You don't want to be stuck down here.
The princess glides onto the stairs and beckons you to follow. If only you had a weapon. But we don't. We can still grab it on the way out. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the suggestions for the time being. Just... Right. Heart. Lungs. Liver. You step onto the basement stairs, following the princess as she ascends. Pins and needles punctuate your every step, an uncomfortable and constant reminder of your mortality. Is this really worth it? At least it's a choice. That doesn't justify anything. A terrible choice is still terrible. heart, lungs, liver.
Make sure you keep up. We wouldn't want you to fall.
As if acting on instinct, you crane your neck and look behind you. The princess reaches the top of the stairs. Her head twists back in your direction, watching you with dead eyes as though to forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. There's no harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more options, and we are dangerously low on those right now. Have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying to manipulate us, and I can only do so many things at once to keep us alive. Heart. Your body seizes violently as you regain consciousness on the floor of the cabin. No! You're doing it all wrong. You're supposed to do it like this. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. I guess I have to do everything around here, don't I? Heart, lungs, liver.
There we go. Back with me where you belong. I thought you might have decided to break yourself just to spite me. It's better for you that you didn't. Now we can get back to business. For starters, we won't need this where we're going.
The princess plucks the blade from the floor and tosses it through the door behind you. It vanishes. Guess we're not stabbing her in the back. I guess not. I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. If I'm about to...
And now you
There's nothing else for us to do. The doorknob
Let
twists
me
in your
turn this upon
hand,
the world.
revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. Liver, you bastard.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin.
Ah, terrified are we now?
Why is it so cold?
She's gone, is that? This.
Cabin?
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete.
That's different.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes. Whenever you are ready. This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home. I await your return. We will meet again.
You're here to
Bring
slay.
the nightmare to her. Terrified of us.
If you
There's like barely any difference. Coal ration, dispatch a prisoner. Not sure. Find a safe. A Hobstock Farm Builders. That's voice ruining happy ending. Is your nation.
You make a warning, she will. The interior of the
Let's
blade.
go adversary. Adversary is fine.
You take her voice.
Who's
She don't.
don't?
She focus on.
And there you are.
Okay.
Are you?
You step forward.
Oh, I'm probably so.
She's unarmed.
Drawing away.
Then I'm not talking to you.
You
Good.
stare at the princess. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
It's gonna harder.
Squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You
Yep.
doubt. A moment of it feels hope, though she's your blade.
Finish the job. Give up. Why don't we give up?
Are you serious? You lacked the will to finish the job. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end, isn't it?
Is this really the best you could do? Look,
She plants her foot on and she leans into it with the kind of...
that's too bad.
Everything goes dark. And you...
The towel. Oh,
You're here.
Does it always? Yes.
If that... The intent... We...
Take the blade. Approach him,
It's her. You weren't. Make the princess towers over you, almost glowing in the
Is there a
weak
different way we
starlight,
can do
her
this to
figure
get more
framed
views?
by a
Yes,
stained glass window. The chain is nothing to...
The little bird has returned.
Tiny grip.
As if I have a duty to report fact. Of course. Oh, I understand.
Kneel.
No.
Kneel.
Your legs but
That's the language. Speak.
that's...
No.
Perhaps you need another less hick.
Do it. No, does your... You reach...
Stand.
You can feel...
To take
You... Oh, your...
Slay yourself. Alright, I'm gonna do
No,
this.
you can't just slay yourself. You're perfectly healthy, and the blade and the hand that wields it remain firmly locked in place.
Look at you, quaking again. It's pointless to resist. But you're not the one resisting me. Is that a person? No. It used to be.
That's impossible. She...
You're a shriveling.
No. What do you...
I don't care what
You bring the blade to your neck. You slice through soft flesh, severing veins and arteries. Your blood flowing freely down your body. It's a painful lesson in obedience, but the pain won't last forever. No.
When I see you again, you'll free me from my chain.
We will.
I know you will.
Bruh.
Everything goes dark, and
Apotheosis.
you're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path, excuse me?
Let me guess. Cabin.
This is the third time we've been here, and this is hardly a path in the woods. It's all big and weird. Another witness to her radio. I'm here to keep him in check. I'm sick of prying fingers digging around in our head, and he's making it... This is... Oh, is it now? No, I'm quite all right, but if all of you would take a moment to settle down, there's something important I'd like to get across to you before it's too late. Is it about the princess? We already know all about the princess. Not to be trusted. No, I mean, yes, it's about the princess, but whatever you think I'm going to say, you're not to be trusted either. Look, fine, just out with it already, yeah? But if I hear the words, "You're here to slay her," or "If you don't, it will be the end of the world," you've lost speaking privileges. You two are just wasting your time. It's all going to end when we open that cabin door, which means it's already all over. What's the point of dawdling when the end is already written? Okay, that nonsense he's going on about, that... So you have met us. Because boy, were you in denial about that last time. No, I haven't met you, but reality is clearly falling apart at the moment, and the only reason that would happen is if you knew things you weren't supposed to... What? He's talking about those weird marble trees and how wrong
Those things are
everything
fucking
looks.
normal. Dead trees.
Yes, exactly. Whatever you did
Because when
before
everything
gave
looks
her
like the
far
same,
too
it
much
feels
power.
like this is just normal.
So you've got to cut it out. We've built a new god, and she is limitless. What are our thoughts doing that? Make her small, make her small, make her small, make her small. Shit! What if I'm doing it wrong? What if I'm making her even stronger? Do you hear those two with their runaway thoughts? I'm only giving you the sliver of information I'm giving you now because things are already deep in the shitter. This was my last card to play, and it looks like it's already made things worse, so...
Run into the cabin.
But a great and horrible change is already underway. The ground quakes beneath your feet, and you feel an unyielding force pulling at you and your surroundings. The trees start to sway, then crumble, breaking apart as everything is drawn towards the cabin. Even the earth beneath you seems to shift, your feet unable to grip solid ground as you're drawn. The end of everything. Stop believing everything you hear. We just have to get our thoughts in order. Any, words of warning? You already know everything you need to know.
See to the ground.
As you step forward, you're flung backwards,
Oh, the
violently
poppy
slamming
sees
into a
us.
tree as debris rains down around you.
The fucking.
You watch in paralyzed awe and terror
Ah,
as the
he's
princess
so humanoid.
emerges, her
No!
body unfurling from some vast
Where's my
space
biblical
as she
accurate
stands
angel?
upright.
Ah! He's so fucking humanoid. That is not biblically accurate. Angels are not like that.
The world bows to her. The ruined landscape shifts, trees and stone and the ground itself succumbing to her gravity, orbiting her like a great black hole.
Finally, the little bird has set me free. This is always how it was going to end. And this is always how it was going to begin.
There's a loud thunk from the tree behind you as something embeds in its shattered bark. Your pristine blade. It's now or never.
Embrace oblivion.
Fill the empty seat at my side. Join me for a new dawn.
You fool. You can feel her gravity envelop you, carrying you from the ground into the violent swirl of her orbit.
Why do I feel so cold?
Did you hands on her side?
Oh, where did she go?
Witness your better assumption.
She's gone. Is this the end of the world? And is that a...
Yabla.
But it feels so bad calling us. I don't want to look at us. Okay, can we trust you? A mercy.
That's real. I'm with it. Oh my god, it's even bigger.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction,
The eyes can
a mass of tides ebbing in all of me.
Okay. What do you think of this vessel?
This one is dominance, a figure
Oh, we already
capable
had
of bending. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
Destroy your body.
I will be here when it is time for us to
Let's
meet.
take a godly vessel
You're
in
on
the
a
back of
path
the system.
in the... You're here.
Alright, so let's
You make your way... The end of...
take a look.
You...
Don't.
You should focus...
And there you are. Are you here to then
She... Don't kiss...
Drop, tighten it up.
you?
You step...
I'm proud. So
She... Doubt, unfortunate. A moment of... Holy... Though she's unarmed. Your blade... We can still...
Give up, finish the job.
You and the big... Do you think that... Can you not feel the two of you? But you don't...
Yes, yes,
Your-
adversary. We continue to the cabin.
Love it.
I'll take the
You take the...
approach into the woods.
The turf.
Is-
This good as much. Looks like she could...
oh, it's you, and you brought your little. I'm going to have fun.
Different. Not in trying giant demon lady.
Oh, you've got another thing coming if you think you can just.
As you step towards the stairs, and then a snap. She's loose. You have to make a decision, and you have to make it fast.
Okay, team, what do we think? Dodge to the side and counter. Die. Is a choice.
Here we go. Oh, we'll make it count. As you bridge the gap, but she's unfazed. She almost looks...
Oh, that knife may be sharp. It's not fun if you hesitate. You need to put everything you. So don't.
Don't let her get... She's... Don't... You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. but you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last. This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her. She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a...
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but...
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
She squeezes.
Oh,
Pressure unbearable
that's
as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of... Everything goes dark.
the eye of the needle. Oh,
You're
that's
on
interesting.
path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it. So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation. Then what? What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. It's good to know that at least one of you, we may have the same destination, but we're not. Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the... There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence, are we? I haven't... Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing else to say. Not for me.
Yes, yes.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. No last advice for it? What I gather, you've heard it all. I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase. The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. See? We have even less space than before. We take it. Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any. You step forward and approach. Always a bit right. You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open. Scraping before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom. But it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her
You
a
always
favor.
say that.
Her voice, bold.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her, rile her up. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But remember, every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled,
What the fuck? It's
grins
just
back
stuck
at
in
you
here.
from the darkness. Her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling. Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh. Break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run. I really don't like the sound of this. It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
What's the time to give me?
The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you? You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap. Run.
We run.
Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good.
Being hungry.
You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same? Little bird, where do you think you're going?
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. And we'll take the fight with us. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me. Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
Do it. Be swift, strike true, be where she's not. Let your body move you.
You're falling right to my trap. You're falling right into my trap.
Oh, we'll see about that. Traps aren't real. The only thing that's real is bloodshed.
She charges. Left, now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch. Yes, it could be worse. And you manage to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned. We're actually going to pull this off, aren't we? You just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This
Yeah,
is
we
what I
get over
needed.
this.
This
My
is
trap.
what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady. More! Keep going! We can't stop now! You spy an opening, but this time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground. Nothing! These blows are nothing to us! But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And?
And there goes. What? We're at disadvantage to win. Yeah? That's not quite the bait for me.
She's got. And there's that.
Both of you.
This. Screw.
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. This one yearns to grow and struggle. Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for. Then I will be here.
We're in the eye of the needle. A canoe vessel.
Your Honor, you're here.
Alright, so you do this. Continue to happen. So we take the blade, fuse the dude into the laser.
Hello?
Yeah, it's this.
Don't.
Oh, that's a pattern.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
So what if I just
walk down the street? I am begging.
Hi. Okay.
The princess. She doesn't know. She knows what.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? It's not like you'd believe me.
retrieve the blade? This is weird. Oh my god, is there? Can we just not leave?
I don't see.
This is the
You ask enough questions and then we get that. No, examine the chains. No, we don't get that yet.
Is that why they threw me down here? I don't remember much about it, to be honest.
That's.
Did they tell you how?
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
What if they're bad reasons, though? If they had good reasons for thinking I was dangerous, wouldn't they have shared them with you? I don't want to hurt anyone. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us, whoever sent you to slay me, claimed I was a... I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come...
She has a point.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to say... This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here. And it's whoever sent you here.
More reasonable.
And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about...
Okay, what's your name? So what if I see here?
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much.
Leaving her alone. So I'm the only one who liked...
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a...
Retrieve the blade.
Thank you.
Where are you going? Fine. Turn your back on me.
Slip these She has to be bluffing. You rush. Okay. If we're sure about this, you slowly creep down the basement. Where the prince... Is it just...
Well, let's finish this.
Your eyes dart. Where is she? You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place.
Wait.
Maybe they'll open if you finished.
I can wait.
Wait.
You do your best, but eventually... Come on, what? You step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor. Her ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. This is the end. I'm afraid you shouldn't have let that fear creep into your... Everything goes dark. And
Good piece.
you're on a path. You're here.
Okay, cabin.
She will... she could have... That's a... Maybe... The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one... The blade is your...
Implement, yes. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open. The air seeping up from below. She grabs...
I can
She sounds impatient. You carefully make your way down the jungle is pressing. You remember, she is your... Doesn't matter what she is. Her shining up...
I can hear your heart pounding from... I'm so much more than you.
A shiver rushes... The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce.
No.
You lunge aside, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
Weasel.
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
So I'm sure so. Go for the stairs. What do we want?
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she... Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess.
Ah,
Don't
yes, that's a
overthink
very
it.
generic explanation.
She's clearly not. She's right there. That's fair. She'll kill us if we try and run past her.
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Survive. Play dead. Play dead.
We're playing dead. It's unexpected. It could work. As the princess lunges from
Awesome.
the shadows
Full
once more, you
rotation
collapse
on
to the
death.
ground, feigning death. She lands directly on top of you with her full weight, nearly crushing you into the dirt, but then... silence. Only broken by the sound of your beating heart. It actually worked, didn't it? Only, what do we do to make her leave? Do we just keep playing dead? She sniffs at you, shifting her weight uncomfortably as her face finds yours. Her breaths are hot and oppressive against your skin.
Have you seen my great big eyes? Because they see you, fledgling. They see your heartbeat pulsing in your throat.
Move, now! But it's too late for you to move. I guess that's it then. Unfortunately for you, no. You are in a dark and caustic, the liquid pooling beneath.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this,
The flesh around.
but you...
Stop. Her chains.
But even then, it denied me.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted.
And then it was gone. And I learned from...
Does that work? Could she free? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? You still have that steel claw. Tear through her. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. That is a
Dig is fine. Dig.
Though you have little room to move, you use what strength you can muster to drive the blade forward into the thick walls of tissue digesting you.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
Talk to the cabin. Swear it was cool.
You slice again, deeper, rooting through her meat with the tip of your blade, until at last it finds her beating heart. The pulling has turned to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever. You threaten me.
The pulling has turned to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door.
You can't hold me.
Though your body is dissolving, eroding into unrecognizable shapes, your will drives it forward. You have a target, and you will strike it. We're too late, aren't we? This is... No. It's something better. It's fulfilling a noble destiny. Your lone, functioning arm lashes out, stabbing up towards the princess's heart.
I have.
So you found a way to kill me. Then we'll die together. And I will see you again soon.
With those prophetic words, you do not draw another breath. But at least you've saved the world.
The wild. The fuck is this place?
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Oh, isn't that fun? Of course I'm upset. Let's get our facts straight. What happened?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
Oh, I like that. I don't feel so small anymore when you put it like that.
That's because you aren't small, even if you act that way. We're both so much more together than we were apart. And we can be so much more still. Vast. Unfathomable.
If you really want to know what happened, we tried playing dead, and she ate us. She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
Sure, being one with the princess is pretty great, but what can we even do right now? Hope we're not supposed to just passively exist like this. I did not sign up for passive existence when we faked our own death.
Passively exist.
No, please, anything but that. You can't just passively exist forever. Not with her. That isn't how it works. The princess ate you last time. Stop passively vibing with a
That's a
literal
word.
predator and remember that you're enemies. Remember what she's done to you and how much it hurt.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping. A heartbeat, like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
Maybe a little peek wouldn't hurt. Aren't you curious? I'm curious. You should look. Never mind. If he wants to look, then I don't want to. No, you can't bury that feeling. You can't hide from your past.
The past doesn't have to exist. Our freedom is within us. We just have to find it.
You fall inward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere. We just need to test the boundaries. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same. What is he going on about? What does he know? Screw all of this, and screw this guy in particular. Always telling us what we can and can't do. Always going on and on about rules and the fate of the world. I've had enough. You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words. Yeah!
Ruin his day. Indeed.
Day.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
I trust you.
You won't find anything. If I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
You find something that's cold and smooth and buckles the cracks under the pressure of consciousness flaring against.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now. I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it and free us all.
Shatter the cage.
No, stop!
Is there a sound of breaking glass from the gates for tiny spalding worlds?
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole. Doesn't look that great. I like it better in here.
Of course he's gonna be like this. He's
Where
gone.
did it go? Why is everything so cold?
She's gone. And is that a...
Approaching you.
This... Yeah, don't...
At all.
I think...
Alright, yes. Is there a way to mess around with him? Reconstruct the damsel. So free. Again. Yeah, really wild. Vessel, really network wild. Oh god, the wild has so much shit. We've done this with everything. Before I'm gonna straight this start cultivating yourself. That's how it's right? There you go. Alright, how do you come back? And then that's actual security. So you can dodge no longer. License, you forfeit. Yeah. What was this was?
You were either going to have seen...
Alright, okay, good man. I'm just gonna fuck this. Alright, enough. Yeah. Endless vessel, bring a network file to her. How the fuck is she gonna...
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. Ever the passive when the echoes spun up. So, will you attempt... If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Narrow vial. Oh, that's a plan.
A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end and I begin? When you felt what it was to be me, we held on to each other and pierced the veil of truth. Will you abandon that curiosity now that we are no longer joined in physicality?
Do violence.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear. Brutality splashes you against the walls, but with stubborn defiance you rise again. And with the dance of our conflict, I was brought somewhere new. Without you, my world would have been so small. Do you remember the moment of your triumph? Do you remember the feeling of your blade finally cutting me down? My defeat was a gift. Without obstacles to overcome, we stagnate into nothing.
We need some strife or some difficulties, otherwise it's very boring. I get it.
We have. Look at what we are now, and see how small we were then.
Oh god, bigger head.
You are helpless and weightless, suspended in the gravity of an idea that reaches far beyond the scope of your existence. The very ground beneath your feet loses its meaning. There is nothing but me. When you were confronted with my vessel's apotheosis, you chose to accept me, to allow me to burn away everything you are, and fill you with nothing but my divine will. You accepted that I was everything. Without me, there is no future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
My threads, like yours, are unbroken.
Oh!
Fear is what pretends to protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known. But losing a body is contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious. It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you? You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown. And through that, you feared nothing.
That's interesting. Yeah, you go pretty sure.
Then you were one step closer to being free of your bondage. I kill you. You kill me. Back and forth we go.
Wait, it's a similar idea.
Faster. I kill you. You kill me.
I didn't kill you once whatsoever. You know? You killed me once, and then you killed yourself.
Hollow
And then you killed me
eyes
again.
in the dark corners of a forgotten place, flooded by emotions left unspoken. The tide rises. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life. And without me, all that's left to do is linger.
What? Huh? Did I? You cut your own head off and you killed and drowned us. That's great. Wow.
Then don't. Nothing is immutable. There is no constant. Open your eyes.
Even now, you think you can destroy me.
You don't have to face her.
I can't.
I don't think you can. You obviously need help if you're going to strike a decisive blow. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began.
It's time to
She's relentless, isn't she?
I can do something.
You can't, and lucky.
No, you try. Okay. Really? Yeah, she's dead.
And here we. Do you. It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up.
Take it away.
The stairs.
We both know why you're here. You don't have to draw it out for my sake.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, and down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. That sight brings me back. You're going to do it then, aren't you? You're really going to kill me. You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
I don't want to be a god.
Honestly, me neither.
Are you saying this? Damn. You're different! I've gone through this ending 3 times.
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
person. This.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix whatever this place is and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
That
Can
could
she
work.
really do that?
Self. Actually.
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
Actually. Oh, yeah. Is there any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
Agree to that.
Yeah, I think it's too late for that. But maybe next time.
Alright, let's
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
Let's see.
Oh, I love you too.
I die. Hey, we're back!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cat. You're here to...
Is there a difference? I'm not doing this. Did we just go straight? As if we just, oh, we can save. Damn. Well, let's go about it another time. So I return to the cabin. Wait, so there's... And a cabin is a cabin. Sorry. Oh wait, it's an ending! Oh my goodness. I thought it was... Halfman was... At the end of the path is the cabin. We can, oh, interesting. So that was the ending. I thought it was like a. That was a. I thought it was like a just like a reset where you go start from the beginning again. I'm just gonna delete this. Can I delete this? Auto save. Is it every choice? It looks like it's every choice. Interesting. Save. And then, oh, there's quick save, auto save. Well, I mean, we're just going to. The story's pretty good. It's fun looking for all these endings. Stories after stories. It'll be it this time. We got the ending.